From accessing code to spawning DLC creatures day one, the Gaia mod is probably one of the best command mods in my opinion for any content creator and testers to check out, especially with Fear Evolved around the corner and also Extinction making its way to the game. Now, if you find this video informational, don't forget to smash the like button as it always helps with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel and share around as that always supports me. Also, today is gonna be the last day to subscribe to the channel to enter the giveaway. If you don't know, we are giving away ARK Survival Ascended, Bob's Tall Tale DLC, and the Pyroman DLC to one lucky subscriber, which will be held on the 13th of October during a live stream. So today will be the last day to enter this giveaway, and note you have to make your subscription public. As of now, I have 340 names which I've already taken out and put in the subscriber giveaway list. If you want to take part, subscribe so you don't miss out on it. With that out of the way, let's get right into this one. Now, the Gaia mod is made by GaiaStudios, and it's nothing but an admin command mod, but with a slew of features. This rivals the cheat menu. If you've seen that video on my channel day one when Ascended launched, they had a cheat menu. This rivals that. It's not as clean as the cheat menu UI, but the UI is amazing. So let's just go into the author, that is GaiaStudios. Give them a like, and the ratings, as you can see, it's overwhelmingly positive with a 97.94. Now, as of now, there are only 4 or 5 command mods, but this one is by far the best, as it almost has 500,000 downloads, which is crazy because it is the best mod out there, and I will show that to you all in a bit. So what does it do? Basically, it's a great tool for admin users on their servers, even for testers, for content creators, which I will show the benefits of. It has world commands, player commands, tribe commands, dino spawning, and item spawning. So how does it work? Let's go into the game and I'll show you how that happens. So how does it work then? Basically, to access the Gaia mod, once you have it installed and put in your server or in the single player mode, all you have to do is put a command that is cheat gfi Gaia commands 100. I'll put the command on the screen so you can copy it, as well as put it down in the description below. So once you go ahead and put this cheat, you will get a small little icon that will be the Gaia command mod. It will say admin commands and consumables. Now, you can access this from your inventory, or you can use it as a consumable on your hotbar. And when you click this, you will get this beautiful UI, which is really easy to understand. So we have 4 tabs here, and I'll go through them step by step. So we have the general, we have the player tab, we have the item tab, and we have the dino tab. Now, in the general tab, this is going to be where your main commands are. For example, GCM mode, fly mode, ghost mode, infinite stats, creative mode, as well as one-click commands. Now, remember, to access these commands, you actually have to type in the same way you put any other cheat. And with the one-click commands, it's basically what it says. Everything is one click away. You don't have to type the command, and you can get GM buff, spectator, make tribe founder, make tribe admin, enemy invisible, max player hair, all the way to giving you all the engram, or if you only want the tech engrams and all the explorer nodes, everything is just a clicks away, basically what the name says. Apart from that, you also get world commands, which is destroy all enemies. So if you're an admin and you want to clear the whole server of the creatures, so new creatures can spawn in, you can do that. You can destroy wild dinos, you can destroy structures, destroy tribe structures, you can take all structures, you can give all structures, you can save worlds, the state of the world, you can set the time of day. This is all in the UI without typing any code. You can also tally to different longitude and latitude as per the player's info. Like if you want to reach to a player and he tells you the lat and long, you can just type it in here and you can tally to that player. You can also select the player that is on the server and you can teleport to him that way, or you can get the player to teleport to you. Now, this is really clutch and important for any admin users on the servers, because you can just get the player to you instead of going towards him if he has any issues. And you can also set broadcast, you can send server chat, you can set slow-mo, force tame AoE, which you can just put the radius, click this, and everything in that radius will be tamed. And that's about it for the general tab. It's really easy, it's one click away for everything. Now let's move on to the player tab, where things get interesting for any admin user. So in the player tab, you get kill AoE again, you get repair area, where you can put a radius and repair every structure. You can rename a player, you can rename tribe, You can level up an AoE field. You can also give yourself armor sets, weapon sets, item sets, dino set, and colors. Now how this works is if I set this, say I want hide, and I say give armor set, it will give me the hide armor set. It's showing cloth, but as you can see, I have the hide armor set now. Same way for weapon set. You can say give weapon set primitive. It will give you all the primitive tier. Now you can set this to the quality, say you hit 20 and say you give him advanced tier. You will get all of that, and look at the quality. It's everything is ascendant. So you can give this away to your players if you have some kind of an event or a giveaway, and you can just set a random set of tier. Then you can also give yourself item set. Now this depends, because tier 1 will give you water, stimberries, cooked meat, and med brews. Tier 2 will again give you something else. It is different every tier. Tier 3 again will give you more items, and later you can just set to food, which will give you jerky. You can set to water, which will just give you a canteen, and giving brews will just give him the med brew and the energy brew. Now you can also give dino set. This can be anything from flyers, mech, single mech, missile mech, shield mech, and you know now these are not in the game, but it still will show you items which are not yet in the game. So for example, if I give him a flyer, set the quality to 1, okay, set it to flyers, and there you go, I got a pteranodon. Same way you can give this to players on the fly if you're doing a giveaway or giving special things for your players on the server, which is really cool. You can also give colors. Say if you choose 5 and say give colors, you get every type of colors in the game. Now in the player tab, you also get another tool which is for the players. You can choose the player and you can say kill player. You can force player into tribe by selecting whichever tribe you want. If there was a tribe merger issue, this is really easy because you can just select the tribe, select the player, and force player into that tribe. You can clear the player's inventory. You can remove creative from any player or give creative to any player. You can give XP to any player you want. And for the people who are asking me, how do I have all the bosses which are not even in the game? If you hit the defeat all bosses, it will give you every boss in the game, even the ones which are not in the game yet. That is the extinction bosses, everything. And that is about it for the player tab. Now coming on to the next tab, we have the items tab, which is by far the most amazing one that you can have for any content creator, for any tester or admin. Now this will give you access to every resource in the game, and also every resource from the games which are not yet added. For example, the Margosaurus spike, which is not even in the game yet, but you have the option to see it, but you cannot actually spawn it in. So if I say to give me 10 of these, it will just not allow me to. Whatever I do, it's not going to allow me to. But anything in the game, for example, the tooth, it will give me that. So this is for easy videos on making boss fights. If you need to get the tributes, you can just spawn them in this way, making it fairly easy than typing in the whole command and setting an amount. You can just go ahead. For example, I want 100 Alpha Tuso I, and I just click this, I get 100 Alpha Tuso I, which is simple. And that's about it. It's really useful for various scenarios. If you're an admin, if you're a content creator, if you're a tester, to use this to test out different things and help your players in your server. Coming up to consumables, again, everything related to consumables, you get it here. All the way from eggs to mushrooms to berries to seeds to beer to biotoxin. All the consumables that you would see in the game will be here itself. Also, with the addition of embryos, now you also get embryos in the game because those are considered as consumables. Now, this is the best part about the mods because I don't know how it does it. It probably pulls the assets, but I'm not a technical person to go in depth into it. But basically, day one, a DLC rolls out, you will have those items in the menu. So if you want like codes for the embryo, you have the codes right here, right? And I'll come to that further because it is really interesting once we will go into the Dino tab and you'll see why. So consumables, basically all your consumables are gonna be here, ranging from food to eggs to embryos. Then we have armor, which is the most interesting one. Now armor will have all your saddles as well as your player armor. For example, if you type in flak, we'll have all the flak gear. Now the best part about this is you can literally spawn the item. So we have one, and you can set the quality of the item. For example, you want an ascendant, so we'll set it as 10. We can't go higher, but we can go till 20. We cannot go to 100, but we can go to 99. You can also get a blueprint. If you check mark this, you'll get the item in a blueprint form. But without that, if I say give me a flak boot, now this flak boot will be ascendant. Let me just go and find it. There we go. 1312, which is ridiculous, and you won't have this, but the quality was set to 99, and that is why we have that. So basically you can spawn in any armor, any dino armor, give it a quality you want, either make it blueprint or not a blueprint, and spawn it in the game. This is going to have every saddle in game, and as you know, the Archelon saddle or Archelon saddle, I may be butchering the name, is still not come out, but the saddle is already here. I don't know if we can spawn this. Yes, we can. So we'll see further down the line. I don't have the additional Archelon mod, and it's still not in the game. So we'll see if we can actually spawn the Archelon if he's in the base game. Because if he is, he should be spawnable and we can test him. So stay tuned till the end of the video. So next up we have the ammo tab, and as the name suggests, this is going to have every ammo from arrows, bullets to cannonball to C4 to boulders. Every ammo you can think of, it's going to be here from every map. Then we have the weapon tab, nothing much. Again, the same thing goes here. Every weapon type, a camera, chainsaw, climbing picks, pickaxes, Cosmo wrist shooter, the cryopod, everything that's categorized as a weapon is here. And yes, again, you can set the quality if you want a blueprint or not, and that will spawn that as well. Then you have the structures. Again, the same thing as the name implies. Every structure in the game is gonna be here, and you can basically spawn them in. This will also be event items like the Christmas lights. All that is going to be in here, and you can spawn them anytime you need. Even if you don't have the event on your server, you can still spawn them in. And finally, we have the artifacts. By far the must for any content creator, because if you're doing a boss fight and you're testing it out, you will need artifacts. And you can, again, same like the tribute, you can just spawn them in by setting the mount, and it will spawn into your inventory. It is really cool and easy to get boss fight done with this mod. And now coming to the final one, which is by far my favorite and my most used tab, is going to be the Dino tab. I will say load dinos initially, because you have to load every creature in the game. So that may take a little bit of time. So once you hit load dinos, it's going to take a little bit of a time to refresh the list and set the dinos in the UI. And there you go. Once that is done, you'll have every dino, and you can categorize them by mods, you can categorize them by vanilla, or you can set it to all. Now this will have every dino in the game, even which are not released, like the Managama, for example. Let me just type that. As you can see, you have Managama, which is from Extinction. It's still not here, but you can see it. You cannot spawn it, because if you say summon, it's going to say not allowed in this map, because it's still not in here. And if you notice that, and if you have watched the video of the cheat menu, you couldn't spawn the same way any wyvern when the game was released. So that is something you gotta keep in mind. Now, however, the cool part about the Dino tab is gonna be the DLCs when they drop. When the DLC drops, people search for the videos saying the cheat for summoning X creature. Now, no longer you have to do that, because day one of Aberration releasing, Cosmo was right in here. The code literally comes here, so no more searching for the weird names. Like, for example, spawning the Shasta, you need to type dolphin, or spawning the Ichthys, you need to type the dolphin. I can't recall, but you don't have to do that anymore, because if you just type Cosmo, you get the whole code here. For example, Cosmo is jumping spider. Now, how many of you would have guessed a Cosmo would be named as a jumping spider? Very few of you. But with the mod, you no longer have to do that. You can just click on the Cosmo and summon him either wild or summon him tamed. You can set in the level as much as you want. If you set 150 and say summon tamed, he will come at 225, which is the perfect tamed creature. For example, if I say summon, there you go. He's going to come out as 225 max, and it's going to be perfectly tamed. Now, that's not all. You can literally even go ahead and check the variants. For example, aberrant creatures. For now, we can get that done. Also, if you know about Extinction, we have corrupted dinos, so those will also be spawnable, and you can also spawn them tamed. But this really helps with any content creation for having access to the code day one for having access to a DLC creature to test them out. Because for me in Aberration, I had Cosmo, I had the healing instantly once the map dropped, and I could spawn them in. Now, as I said in the video, we're going to test if the Archelon can be spawned, and you know, this is still not released in the game. It's supposed to be releasing on the 16th of October. So can this guy be summoned with the Gaia mod? Because if he's in the assets right now in the game, he should be. And let's test that out. There we go, boys. We have the Archelon way before, and he is the actual ASA new Archelon. I don't have the Archelon additions even added to the map, okay? So this is your exclusive look. Let's change the day. This is your exclusive look to the Archelon. I think he got some teeth. Let us go in the water. It is the actual Archelon, which is supposed to be released on the 16th of October, and we got access to it with this mod. That's what I'm telling you guys. Now, I'm going to make the video on this guy next, so stay tuned for that. But you can get the dinosaurs way before the release if they are in the assets. Because the way this mod works, it pulls out the data from the assets in-game. Now, just to make clear, I don't have the Archelon in my mods list, and I'll show that to you. Go to create a resume game. We were on the center map. Let's see my mods. Okay. This is the mods I have active. As you can see, active mods. I haven't cut the video so you can see it. We have Dear Jane, we have the Gigantoraptor, we have the admin commands by GaiaStudios, and we have the JVH blueprint maker. That's it. I don't have the Archelon mod to actually have him spawn. So that Archelon that we spawned in the game is the actual Archelon that may be released on the 16th of October. That's basically the mod. It's a really cool mod, and shout out to GaiaStudios for making this one. It is a really popular mod, and not many are using it and not using to its full advantage for content creation, for testing, for admin users. Because this thing, day one, gives you access to everything in a new DLC, and I think by far is the best command mod. Really close to the actual cheat menu which was in Ascended when it launched, but not everything is so good, right? Because this thing has its flaws. Now, the only flaw I could find is I cannot use the command when I'm flying or when I'm falling. I cannot use the command for a quick God mode, fly mode, and for those I'll have to type in GCM via the cheat menu. That's the only drawback I could find. Underwater, you can use it. So it's not like, since it's a consumable, you won't be able to use it underwater, because underwater you can use it. But the only one that you cannot is while flying. And that's pretty much it for this mod. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it informational. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button, as it always helps with the algorithm. Also subscribe to the channel and share around, as that always supports me. And with that, Elso is signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, peace out.